Alright guys, hey, we're in Orange City, waving our Trump flags. We're doing this for the next 3.5 months till the election. So we need you guys to come out, wave a Trump flag. Trump took a bullet for you. Least you can do is wave a damn flag.
Stand next to her.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Get Trump mask on.
Hey man, so Trump was just being interviewed by Fox News, and he said that he thinks that if you burn an American flag, it should be a mandatory year in prison.
They took the American flag down. They were writing Hamas on the bell outside of Union Station. What does a Donald Trump do if he takes office to these people on the street?
Rarely have we seen anything like this, and I think you should get a 1-year jail sentence if you do anything to desecrate the American flag. Now, people will say, oh, it's unconstitutional. Those are stupid people. Those are stupid people that say that. We have to work in Congress to get a 1-year jail sentence when they're allowed to stomp on the flag and put lighter fluid on the flag and set it afire. And when you're allowed to do that, you get a 1-year jail sentence and you'll never see it again. And all over the world, Putin and President Xi of China, all over the world, they're watching this. Kim Jong-un, he looks at us like we're a bunch of babies. They see that. That wouldn't happen in their countries. It's impossible for that to happen in their country. Where we look so bad to the world. That was a disgraceful display yesterday.
Well, that's hard to say because you're talking First Amendment. Now, my personal belief, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
But if I'm a First Amendment supporter, which I am, you have the right to do it.
Yep.
I think, though, you should be deported to whatever country you came from if you hate this one so badly.
Yeah.
I'll help fund the plane ticket, the boat ticket, whatever to get you back over where you want to be if this one's so bad.
They won't go willingly, though.
I know.
We'll put them in hand.
Yeah.
They hate the countries they leave. So they want to turn this country into that kind of country.
Yeah, they hate America, but they won't leave. Well, I'm a U-man. Like, I despise anyone burning the American flag. I hate it. But that's their right. I hate them for it. But it's the speech you hate. But is burning a flag speech?
Not necessarily. I mean, you know, flicking off a cop is freedom of speech too, but I see lots of cops pull lots of people over for doing it.
Yeah.
And harassing them.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you should go to prison for it, but
Where's he going?
I think it's a freedom of speech thing. As much as I hate it, they should be able to do it. Enrique Tarrio, he was the leader of the Proud Boys. One of things that he got charged for was
burning the Black Lives Matter flag.
Burning the Black Lives Matter flag, and they called it hate
speech.
Hate speech, yeah.
So
that's why he's locked up.
If that's part of his prison sentence, then it goes for everybody burning the American flag as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. If freedom of speech says he should have been able to burn that flag and not get in any trouble.
And if your kid's out there burning American flags, you're a shit parent.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, so we got the Kamala Harris supporter, and then Trump supporters going over just to stand next to her. He's not gonna do anything other than stand there with his Trump mask on. She don't like it. Yeah, Trump, baby. She's for Kamala. Why?
No.
So hey man, Trump says that you should, if you burn an American flag, you should do a year in jail.
That's right.
You think so?
Yeah, and if you're an illegal, whoop, back to where you freaking came from. They all should be put back to where they came from. They know where they are.
Well, right now,
go to New York. They're all in the hotels.
Right now, burning the American flag is freedom of speech.
Yeah, right.
So.
How about we start burning Palestinian flags? Let's see what happens with that.
Well, you can do that. It's freedom of speech.
That's right. Not Antifa.
Well, so if
Hamas flags.
What if they make it? So what if Trump makes it illegal to burn the American flag, and then the next Democrat gets in there, makes it illegal to burn a Hamas flag? See how this goes?
Goes to the court. Supreme Court's going to say they have the right.
So you think it's a good idea to make it a
federal crime, a felony?
Okay.
Felony's probably here forever. So
hey, what do you people think watching this video? I know Dave's probably gonna not. He wouldn't like it. But Dave's a Vietnam vet. He fought for our freedom. Oh, a lot of his friends died in Vietnam. So Trump wants to make burning an American flag a crime and punishable by a year in prison.
Yeah, exactly.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think that's a good idea? If you burn an American flag, go to prison for a year? You think so, Pat?
Yeah, I think so. That's actually a light sentence, I think, but definitely, yeah.
Well, right now it's freedom of speech.
I'd say a year in jail and a year in China.
How about if they burn the American flag, you ship them to China?
Yeah.
For punishment.
There you go.
If they're Chinese. I mean, we got 60,000 Chinese.
How about we airdrop them into Ukraine?
What?
Airdrop them into Ukraine with the Uzi.
Use them as fodder for
Yeah.
I went to Vietnam for nothing, right?
You went to Vietnam for nothing, Dave.
Nothing.
Yeah, you realize that, right? You went to Vietnam and watched all your friends die just to come back,
58,000.
grow old, and watch the communists take over our country. It's a shame. That's not why you went there.
What
Right.
year were you there?
What's that?
Yeah, in Vietnam. What year were you there?
1966.
1966, Dave, that's a year before I was born. A year before I was born, you were a badass. You're over there shooting commies.
My dad.
God bless you.
My dad was there from
Yeah.
66 to 69.
That's back when America was great. Capping commies.
He just sucks, so.
She'll probably call the cops on him. He's harassing me.
Right.
That Trump supporter is harassing me. He doesn't like Kamala.
He's on the yield side.
Yeah.
What the heck does this mean?
He's just chilling.
What does this
Pete,
Yes, sir.
Trump wants to make burning the American flag a crime punishable by a year in prison.
I think that's a great law.
You like that?
Yeah.
But what if a Democrat gets in there next time and says you can't burn the Iranian flag and the Hamas flag?
Tommy Killer coming.
That just seems like something they do because they're terrible people.
Well, that would be the double standard
Well-
they do anyway.
So burning the American flag is considered freedom of speech. You don't think that's freedom of speech?
Well, I think it is.
So you should be able to do it, or you shouldn't?
I don't think they should be able to,
Yeah.
but it is freedom of speech.
So what is it? You think Trump should make it a year in prison?
Man, you got me confused now.
Well, I hate it, but I don't think you should go to prison for it.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid, and it means you're a dummy. It means you've been indoctrinated.
Maybe they can give him a ticket.
Maybe give him a ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give him a ticket.
$1,000 fine.
Hit him where it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's either freedom of speech or it ain't, so I'm a little conflicted myself. Man, that Kamala Harris supporter called the cops on us because Trump went over there. Somebody in a Trump mask went and stood next to her, and she's like, "It's a microaggression. He hurt my feelings."
Don't you want to defund the police? Stop calling the cops.
Yeah, I thought they wanted to defund the police. Nope, not today.
Google it.
Okay, so Trump says that he wants to make burning the American flag like a crime punishable by a year in prison.
200%.
Just a year?
A year in prison, yeah.
Just a year.
I
No.
can't wait for that to happen.
Should be a life sentence.
Do y'all think that it's because it's considered freedom of speech?
Huh, that's
Go
So
live in a different country then.
yeah.
hey.
You don't
I
live in this
don't. Well,
country.
I guess it's considered freedom of speech. It's freedom of expression. It's not really speech because you're not saying anything. You're lighting an American flag on fire. It's unpatriotic, but should it be prison time? You think?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
So my way of thinking is, if a Democrat gets to be president next, they're going to go, you can't burn the Iranian flag or the Hamas flag then. Because that's what they'll do to us.
Yeah, but
You know
we
what I
have
mean?
to protect our country and our country.
Yeah, but they hate our country.
We don't need to change it.
They were just in D.C. lighting the American flag on fire, and they were yelling Allah Akbar. This is yesterday or the day before? Yeah, vandalizing all the monuments.
Uneducated people not understanding that we're all come from different places, but we have to protect our country and our rights.
I'm conflicted. I feel like if it's freedom of speech, we can't trample on that. Even hate speech is protected You know what I mean?
I guess it's a fine line.
It's the speech that you detest the most that you have to protect.
But now
because,
you're burning something.
Well, I think it's more freedom of expression than it is
So then
freedom
it's
of speech.
something else, not freedom
Maybe,
of speech,
yeah.
right? Freedom
Yeah, I guess everything can be interpreted.
I need to go back to law school.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about it. I know I don't like it, but I don't know if it should be prison time. But I don't know.
It's tricky, huh?
Yeah, this is why I'm trying to get everybody's opinions. Most people are for most people are lock them up.
Murderers. This is what we believe in. We're gonna vote for this, and you're not gonna change our minds.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the people across the street. They want abortion up to birth, right? Exactly. Right up to birth. Yeah, they call that health care for women.
This is what they're voting for.
Women ending their own kids' lives is women's health care now. That's disgusting.
Women are supposed to love babies.
Yeah, man. If your mother don't love you, nobody does.
I tried to
They wear red capes. It's out of a movie or something.
They should not be allowed to wear anything red.
an execution in the
I don't think we should be killing our babies.
That is what Amendment 4.
Right.
Vote no on Amendment 4.
Right.
That's what it's about. The free right and the free reign to kill babies whenever we want to, wherever they're at, ever how old they are, right up until partial birth abortion, where it's a full-term baby comes out.
It's the same abortion. It's the same abortion rules as they have in California. They're trying to bring it to Florida. Vote no on 4. We have you can have an abortion up to 6 weeks right now. But all the way up to the point of birth. That's disgusting. We don't want that. And I'm voting no on 3 too. That's making weed legal. I don't want weed legal. I don't want to turn this place into a drug-infested shithole. Vote no on 3 and 4. Florida. Now we got 2 Kamala Harris supporters over there across the street. She's holding the Kamala Harris sign. And then over here, we got the idiots that want abortion right up to the point of birth. So hey, vote no on Amendment 4 in Florida. We don't want abortions up to the point of birth. Not in Florida. Go to California if you want that crap. Killing your own kid is not health care. Demons. So, this will be interesting. I'm curious what you're going to say here. Trump just came out and told Fox News that he thinks that if you burn the American flag, it should be mandatory 1 year in prison. What do you say about that?
Well, it all depends. I mean, if they're ripping down American flag from one of our facilities like they did in the Capitol yesterday, one of the giant, it's somebody else's property.
Right.
Their shit, yeah, I'm all for it.
So if you bring your own flag and burn it, that's fine?
That's the way it's always been my entire life.
Freedom of speech?
It's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody came up and took this flag and tried to burn it, I'd beat the shit out of them because it's my flag.
Yeah.
If they bought the exact same flag, sat in front of me and burned it in front of my face, they're just trying to be disrespectful. That's their objective. It's their flag. They paid for it. Let them burn it.
Right.
You know, but I see where Trump's
You just can't steal somebody else's flag and do it. But you think that should be a year in prison for stealing somebody's flag? Everybody has a different opinion, and I'm just curious.
When it comes, if somebody's just angry and they want to buy their own flag and burn it at a protest, it's not damaging public property. It's not hurt. Nobody's in harm's way or anything. I don't see we should throw somebody in prison for that. I mean, don't we have enough criminals to lock up?
So a year in prison might be a little harsh.
Yeah, and see, we make a rule like that, then those assholes get in power, and they make a rule, oh, no lion flags, and they come and lock me up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
We got to be careful.
It's got repercussions.
We got to be careful how extreme we get with any laws.
Yeah.
That's why I'm against any type of kill this type of person, kill that type of person.
So let it go.
Where you guys want this hot dog? I just went and got it for him.
Oh, no, thank you, bro.
I'm good, man.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm like, hey, it's freedom of speech. I'm all about freedom of speech.
Trump's trying to instill some type of patriotism, which our country lacks.
That might not be the way to do it.
Let's bring civics back into high school. Let's bring civics back into school. Let's teach the children. Let's teach all the Americans, especially all the new immigrants. We have to teach these people about our country, what makes us different than other countries.
And maybe focus on that instead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call.
Yeah.
I mean,
once we start censoring speech, we don't like that. Our side don't like that.
I think there's enough other battles we can fight other than flag burning, and look at that, I'm a flag waver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but most people I talk to, they go, yeah, you're in prison, screw them. They're not thinking of the big picture where it's freedom of speech. And then if we do that, then the Democrats are going to do something we don't like with freedom of speech. Don't end well.
If we get too stupid in particular with our laws, it's going to backfire on us. It's going to come back and hurt us.
I'm with you, man. I think we have the same viewpoint on it. All right, so Trump just told Fox News that he thinks that if you burn the American flag, it should be a mandatory year in prison.
I say death penalty.
Oh, really? Okay,
I say like that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It made me sick seeing that.
It makes me sick to see it too.
And the way I feel is that's terrorism. Yes, terrorism. That's complete hatred for the country, for the people, and anybody that's going to do that. I mean, what would they do to you when they catch you alone in a dark alley, right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
So you don't look at it like it's a freedom of speech thing?
I don't. Not with that. That's different. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel. I mean, they're lucky I wasn't there seeing that, and I know there's a lot of veterans and a lot of people that would,
Yeah, they don't appreciate that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't play that. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. It made my kids pissed off. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, it's like hate speech. You don't like it, but it's still protected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think anytime you go down the road of starting to censor speech because you don't like it, it might not lead to the place you want it to go.
Yeah, and so I say death penalty, and I mean that in like a hypothetical way. Like it should be really stiff penalties for that, is what I'm saying. Like we shouldn't just be allowing it, just like, oh, it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech. But the problem is what about the rights freedom of speech? The left feels like they can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Your shirt. You missed, fuckers.
The left can't shoot.
Got a Trump face there?
Yeah.
You got to put a little Band-Aid on his ear right there.
Yeah, I
So hey, let me ask you something.
Sure.
What do you think about Trump saying that if you burn the American flag, it should be a year in prison?
Should be. It should be.
You don't think it's a freedom of speech thing? You think about freedom of speech too, and they always say the most important speech that you want to protect is the speech that you don't like.
Well, I feel like freedom of speech stops at speech. That's an action. It's an action against America.
But it's a freedom of expression kind of thing is what they'll say.
I think you could take that to the highest level possible. They could say abortion is a freedom of expression. They can say murder is a freedom of expression. I think there needs to be clear lines when it comes to things like that. And I feel like we have them, and they've been blurred just by the left.
Yeah.
And they want to make us think that we're crazy, and what used to be unacceptable is now acceptable.
Yeah. So
coming from the libertarian?
Yeah. So you think that a year in prison for burning American flag is justified?
I do.
Or maybe we should just deport them to Canada. Wouldn't that be punishment enough?
I feel like it
deporting
would.
them to Canada.
Putting them in a gulag like
Yeah.
I don't know what you can ask her.
Well, let me just ask you. I'm going to ask her the same question I asked everybody else, even though you're only 11, right? All right. What do you think of people that burn the American flag? Have you ever seen videos of people doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like most of the Democrats are very stupid.
Yeah. Well, it makes you wonder, like, they obviously hate the country, right? If they're doing that.
Yeah, like who lets these people in?
Well, a lot of these people that were burning the American flags yesterday in the Capitol, they're just American citizens that don't like America for some reason.
Yeah.
Should it be a crime to burn the American flag?
Yes, it should be a crime to burn the flag. I thought it already was a crime.
No, it's freedom of speech. You can even hate speech in America is protected. So I could say, hey, you're ugly, and then I can't get in trouble because I'm just freedom of speech. But I can't threaten you. I can't threaten to harm you. I can call you names and say you're ugly or whatever, even though you're not. I can be mean to you, and that's not illegal. But if I threaten you to do bodily harm to you, that's illegal. But so burning the American flag isn't any kind of bodily harm. Look, she did call the cops over there.
You can't arrest me.
So anyway, so what I want to ask is, do you think someone who burns the American flag should go to jail.
Yes,
Okay.
they should go to jail. And if they're raising another flag after, they should be shipped to that country.
Okay, so if they raise the Hamas flag, we should ship them over to Gaza.
Yes.
I agree. That guy likes Trump. F the Democrats! Oh, I gotta ask Brenda this question, since she's always dressed up like the flag. Brenda, Trump said that if you burn the American flag, it should be a mandatory year in prison.
I agree, and
You do?
if I'm wearing the flag, it should be life.
Well, if you're in the flag, then that would be murder. Yeah. What do you think, Mitch, about burning the American flag?
I thought it was against the law.
No, it's freedom of speech.
It still should be against the law.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, then that'll be us censoring free speech.
Not really.
You don't think so?
No.
No,
It's just like
burning the flag is not speech.
Somebody could check me on this, but I thought that the Supreme Court made a ruling on this a long time ago about burning the flag and that it's freedom of speech. Speech that you don't like is still speech.
But that's saying is speech.
Well, freedom of expression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hate it, don't get me wrong. I despise these people, but you know, if we do this to them, then they might say, hey, you can't burn a Kamala Harris flag, otherwise a year in jail. Right? I mean,
do they have hair?
We might start something that we can't control.
Yeah.
And it may end up in a place that we don't like later on.
Yeah. Does that mean if I make a Hills Up Harris flag and I burn it?
Well, maybe if they make it illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something tells me that if Trump tries to do that, it goes to the Supreme Court and they kick it to the curb anyway. So
They will.
They would, yeah. Nobody here likes it, but we're torn on what the punishment should be.
What about the 2 days? I can do it. No, I'm not a doctor.
And let me ask you a
I
question.
wish they'd go abort themselves. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying over there.
These Democrats, I know it.
I wish they'd go abort themselves. I mean, you be the specimen to go be aborted right now. Yeah. You know, you're 50 years old, you're 40 years old, you're 30 years old.
Honey, we don't have to.
You know, go over there.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Go over there and be aborted yourself right now.
Donald Trump said that if you burn the American flag, it should be a mandatory year in prison.
Well, it should be a mandatory something. You should not be burning our American flags. I stand for Trump because he's for love. He loves ending wars, not starting wars. Trump loves ending wars.
Yeah.
Okay, people?
Do you worry that if they made burning the flag illegal, like that's trampling on freedom of speech?
Well, they'll come up with something to knock it down.
Yeah.
I mean, they always come up with something here, you know. Freedom of speech. Hey, look, they knocked down some of those Robert E. Lee, whoever they took down. Abe Lincoln.
Well, yesterday they were vandalizing all these memorials and all these statues and stuff in D.C. with spray paint and stuff. None of them, anybody that got arrested got released. I think there only 12 people got arrested, but there were hundreds of people vandalizing these statues.
Hello.
Enrique Tarrio burned in a Black Lives Matter flag and is in prison for it. Hate speech. Okay. They called it hate speech, but they can burn the American flag.
They can make up anything they want. They can make up anything they want. How can you? I don't want to go off.
They've ruined the justice system. It's not a fair playing field.
I don't want to go up on this on a sniper attempt, but I was in the Marine Corps, and 150 yards is nothing. I've heard you don't even need a sight for that. You can fire from 100. You know, an expert can fire from 150 yards with just a regular rifle, a 22 sight, and he's gonna nail him.
That's because the Secret Service
was on it all.
Yeah.
She needs to resign.
Yeah. And Trump needs to hire his own security. I don't trust Secret Service.
I came from Soviet Union.
Oh, you came from Soviet Union?
Yeah, I came from Soviet Union 25 years ago. And if someone would even dare to step on a flag or do something with the flag.
What happens in Russia if you, in the Soviet Union, if you burn the your flag
Oh
over
my
there.
goodness.
What happened to you?
They will never find you
They'll kill you.
again, yeah.
They'll end you, right?
Why we choose Trump? Because we have grandkids. We want them to have freedom of America. We don't want communism here.
Yeah.
Trump loves people.
Yeah.
Communism is a fear, dominating of people. My uncle, he served 17 years in prison for stealing a bucket of wheat grains because he couldn't feed the family. 17 years, which was not right for him to steal.
Hey, in California, you got to steal $1,000 worth of stuff before you can arrest you, right?
I'm glad.
You can steal $1,000 worth of stuff and then go shit in the middle of the street, and they can't do nothing to you.
I just don't know how they make up these rules. I mean, I don't know
We
how they
are
make
losing
these
our
laws.
country. We're turning into a third world country.
You know, Trump loves people. He doesn't start wars, he ends them.
That's why they don't want him in there.
I know.
He's ruining all the money they could be
Ruining
making
the
off of
money. Yep,
wars.
ruining the money.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Marie, what is your opinion on burning the American flag? Trump said that it should be a mandatory year in prison.
Well, I agree. I agree.
You do?
Anybody that destroys
But it's
the
freedom
flag,
of speech, they say.
No, that's not speech. You're not saying anything.
Oh, but freedom of expression.
You're doing something. But it's not the proper way to handle a flag anyhow.
I think, well, maybe we should have a conversation with them about what country they want to go to. We're going to ship them somewhere else. If you hate it that bad here, you
There's
should
only
go.
2 reasons you would burn a flag. One, because it's worn out and you do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2, because
You
you're
hate the-
against
Right.
America.
Yeah, that's the thing. They hate America, but they won't leave. Can you think of any other country? Can you go to Canada and burn the Canada flag? They're pretty tolerant over there of whatever the hell the lefties want to do. But I think most countries, if you burn the flag that you're in, they're going to come scoop you up.
Yeah.
They're not going to tolerate that. So.
Yeah.
But we're tolerant here in America.
We're too tolerant. That's why
Yeah, you
people
can
do
hate
these
your
things.
own country. That's how tolerant we are.
Yeah.
That might be a little too tolerant. Yeah. Let me ask Carlos a question. Carlos, I noticed you're holding an American flag. Trump just said that if you burn that flag, it should be a mandatory year in prison. What do you think about that?
I think that everybody that burns the flag should be working in a factory making flags.
They should be making flags, yeah. Well, they say it's freedom of speech. If you want to burn the flag of the country that, if you're in America and you burn that flag, that's freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You think that's true?
No.
It should be a crime?
No.
Should be a crime? Prison?
Not prison, but some kind of fine, yeah.
Some kind of fine?
Yeah.
How about $1,000 fine?
Depends, how many times you do that.
Oh, like should be like if you do it on your third time, you go to prison.
Right.
The first time's $1,000 fine.
Yeah.
The second one's a $5,000 fine, and the third one is punishable by prison time.
Right.
You like? I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think we should be burning the American flag, but at the same time, if we're gonna, it's freedom of speech. Do we want to step on the freedom of speech thing? And if we do that, it's going to lead to more censorship of freedom of speech.
The freedom of speech doesn't allow you to burn the house of somebody else.
Yeah. Well, if we go ahead and Trump implements that, say he wins, then the next time a Democrat president gets in there, they're going to say you can't burn any flag, or no, they'll do something to step on our freedom of speech. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. I'm very curious because I'm kind of torn. I really hate it if someone burns the American flag. I think it's completely despicable. But even hate speech, if you think about it, even hate speech is protected speech under the First Amendment. So I know if you're a Trump supporter, you love America and you hate to see the American flag burned, but think about it. Should we be censoring people when it comes to burning the American flag? The only kind of speech that's not protected is if you threaten somebody. So burning the American flag isn't threatening somebody's life. Anyways, guys, we're in Orange City waving our Trump flags. We're doing this every single Friday until the election. Saxon Boulevard, Enterprise Road in Orange City, 3 till 6. If we start getting more people, we might do another location. We're getting close to the election, guys. I'll be here before you know it. Follow me on X, Rumble, and Twitter. I already said that. Rumble, ScrewTube, X. Just do it. Follow me there.
I want to take a moment to address some of the hateful shit you've been talking about me. Many of you have said I am suffering from brain worms, or that I have applesauce for brains. Well, I won't mince words, so here it is. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of faggots. End of quote. Repeat the line. So enjoy President Cackles or President Booty Juice? I really don't give two fucks anymore. Biden out.